President Trump has some strong words for social media companies. Watch.
Look at social media. It's a thing called free speech rights. You look at Google, Facebook, Twitter, and other social media giants, and I've made it clear that we as a country cannot tolerate political censorship, blacklisting, and rigged search results. And you know, it can go the other way also.
Google, Facebook, Twitter all claim that they did not purposely discriminate due to political viewpoints. All three company executives are testifying next week on Capitol Hill. Well, they will certainly be grilled on, of course, the foreign meddling, but more importantly now, I think, the political content, and if in fact, indeed, they are discriminating against conservatives. Here now to discuss, Rick Unger, the Pod Complex host, is with us. Fox News contributor DeRoy Murdoch, also, he's a contributing editor for the National Review. Fox News contributor Dave Webb, he's also SiriusXM Patriot host. And Shelby Holliday, Wall Street Journal senior video reporter. All right, Shelby, let me start with you. President Trump is saying, listen, this is sort of, what they're doing is maybe going into something that's unconstitutional, certainly un-American.
Right. Well, he's calling it rigged search results and the blocking of political speech. There's some debate about what these companies actually do. A lot of their algorithms and mechanisms are pretty opaque. Nobody understands perfectly how Google's algorithm works, for example. I mean, companies like Wall Street Journal spend a lot of money trying to figure out how to get up in those search results. But they're also based on things like what you've searched before in the past. So it's very hard to know if these search results are actually rigged. Trump has not presented evidence that they're rigged. He did post a video, but it was somewhat misleading. And we did see Google come out and say, you know, correcting the record, actually, we did promote your State of the Union, and
right.
We did do some of the things you're accusing us not of doing. They didn't consider it technically to be a State of the Union address, so they didn't technically, well, they didn't televise it. But David, you hear enough from just regular folks. I hear it all the time on Twitter. Listen, I've got 700 followers. They're mostly family and friends, and occasionally I'll wake up and 60 are gone. Family and friends. What's going on?
Well, I mean, if you're cleaning out bots and algorithms can make mistakes because of the way they're programmed or
the question, though, is why. The question people want to know is why these algorithms always making mistakes against conservatives.
You know, well, a couple things, and I'm going to use myself as an example. Many months ago, my Facebook froze. I went from some 1.6 million impressions and interactions per week down to about 160 to 190,000. Now it's gone even lower. I've contacted them. It's never gone anywhere. The other side of this is PragerU, for instance. Suddenly, they blame the algorithm repeatedly, but we find out it's the individual. Now we have individuals creating algorithms, so there is a fair question what they're doing. Yes, it's not a government, not a free speech issue, but it's a suppression issue. And from a business standpoint, we're on a business network, that sounds like bad business to me.
Well, but I would also add that they changed their algorithm so that you have to pay for your posts now to reach a lot of people. So from that perspective, they want to make money, and there's a reason people generally aren't reaching as many
Rick,
followers.
I've met with Jack Dorsey twice. You've met with him. I feel like when I talked to him, particularly last time it was just him and I having lunch, he felt sincere. Although I would have felt better if we ate at Chick-fil-A, I would have known he was sincere. But having said that...
Yeah, we went to a better restaurant, too, now that you mention it.
But having said that, he acknowledges something is wrong, and I think he wants to fix it. How come you think others, like liberals, are saying, hey, conservatives, stop whining, if these companies are at least de facto admitting there's room for improvement?
Look, I think Shelby's analysis was really very fair. I think she hit it exactly right. It's impossible to know with Google. Anybody who's a writer, as I am, who wants to boost the coverage on Google, good luck. You cannot figure out the algorithm. It's hopeless. Facebook, you know, I know David's experience, and you've got to look at that and say there's something pretty funky there. The only one you can test out as an individual is Twitter. And I've done it. I've gone and looked at some of the conservatives I know who feel they've been mistreated. And then I've tried to match it with well-known liberals to see if they're coming in further down the list. I find that in some cases. I don't find it in others. I suspect that with Twitter, it's not purposeful, but that there is something wrong.
Should government get involved, though?
That's a very tricky thing, and government is trying very hard to get involved, which I think is kind of weird, given that it's a Republican government. But we'll see if they do. I think they're putting on a show right now. We'll see where it ends. pens.
Well, let's get in the man with the seersucker suit because he's a throwback to the good old gentlemanly days and smart enough not to be on social media.
Yes, I do write my articles with quill pens and ink, just so you know. Look, I think the tough question here is that neither Twitter nor Facebook nor any these other platforms are governmental agencies. These are private companies, and they could say, you know what, we're Twitter, we're just going to run left-wing stuff, and the conservatives can pound sand. But they don't take that perspective. They don't present themselves as ideological websites. They claim to be neutral platforms, and I think they should behave that way if that's what they want to be. I don't want to see the government get involved in this in terms of regulation. I do think there's an appropriate response, which is basically shaming, and go out and say, look, you guys claim to be open-minded liberals, you claim to be tolerant, why don't you behave that way? And I think I would go as far as having the president bring in people who've been knocked off these platforms, like Diamond Silk, for example, like PragerU, and make them famous. Have them come to the White House and talk about the experience. I think those companies then would back down without having to regulate.
I think the shaming thing has brought us to this point, but today, for example, someone posted something, a photograph of Meghan McCain at her father's coffin and a gun pointing at her. And Twitter was alerted, and it took them many, many hours, Shelby, to act. And people wonder, okay, you seem to act very quickly on things that are questionable, but something like this where you're getting instant demands to take it down, the process takes hours.
Yeah, and I'm not defending Twitter or any of these other social networks, but they are really struggling to keep up with a lot of the content that's despicable and or bot generated. And so we've seen since the 2016 election, they're adding thousands of people. Facebook's adding thousands and thousands of people to start regulating these things. But think about how many billions of users are on these platforms and how difficult it is to regulate every single tweet, every single Facebook post. That's a disgusting thing for somebody to post. And I mean, everyone wishes that just didn't exist, but we have freedom of speech in this country, and it's very difficult and slow to flag.
David, I told Jack, I said, you got all these folks and they're programming the algorithms, but they all live in Silicon Valley and maybe a few in New York. Hire some people in Montgomery, Alabama. I was serious about that. I wasn't joking. Listen, when you go on Twitter at the moment, every day I got to hear the wisdom of John Legend. I don't want to, okay? I don't care what his latest...
I want to hear the music, not the wisdom.
Wisdom of Clint Black, right?
Oh, forget about it. I mean, every day he's whining about something and justice and, how tough it is for someone making $10 million a year.
What did he say? That's a genius point. What did he say?
I don't know. I never look. I never read it.
No, but what did he say back to you when you said
that? They chuckled, and then when I didn't chuckle, he kind of said, "You're serious." I'm like, I am serious.
You're very serious.
Get some folks from the heartland, get some folks from the South involved in the process. That's the only way it's going to get fixed.
A lot of the trouble with these folks is, like you say, they're in Silicon Valley, they're in San Jose and Woodside, and they've gone to the same schools, they have the same beliefs, and to them, it doesn't really seem like bias because everybody in the office thinks the same thing. So, right, if you got some people who are not from those communities, you might get a diversity of opinion.
Well, the echo chamber is the problem here, and that's what DeRoy's talking about. Even if you don't go outside and get people, you set the culture in your company. We have a culture at the different corporations around America. So why don't you set a culture? And I'm a free market guy. I don't want the government getting involved. I don't want to see another 11 hours of Zuckerberg on Facebook in front of Congress. But what about if you set the culture because you want to win in the long run? When everybody went after Facebook and what happened with Diamond and Silk, my advice to Jack Dorsey was tell him, hey, guys, come over here because Twitter's open for you to come put your words out, put your thoughts out. Be the free market guy, win in the long run.